Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between Liquid Sheth and Complexity's GoSuuser. It is a ZVZ on Entombed Valley, and I know I cast a lot of ZVZs lately. Sheth's replay pack just has a lot of ZVZs in it, and well, I am completely dry on replays. I don't see anything good on DropSE, SE2Rep.net, or .com, so I am forced to cast the mirror matchups, or the latest ones I have, and those are, of course, with Sheth. His Overlord is going to be scouting in the correct position as well with GoSuuser, so they will meet relatively quickly. And it is ZVZ, so we will see if anyone decides to go for an early pull, or go for an hatch first, or maybe just a normal pull. ZVZ has a wide variety of openings that you can choose, probably the most openers out of any matchup. However, it generally does transition into a Roach versus Roach battle, and then goes into Roach Infestor versus Roach Infestor. That is generally how the matchup does go. We'll see if either of these players can make a difference. None of them is Destiny, so it's not going to be just pure Infestor, which is always fun to watch. And now the Overlords will be crossing paths momentarily as well. They are both very close to each other. Neither player has thrown down a pool. Looks like they want to go hatch first, and maybe they may just be waiting until the Overlords cross paths. Sheth's going to be droning up to 15, and now the Overlords do see each other, and Sheth immediately going to be sending his drone out to take an expansion, while GoSuuser takes his a little bit earlier because he was at 14 drones while Sheth is at 15. Sheth just getting one more drone. Doesn't want to sit above 200 minerals without building a drone because if, well, he ends up having to build a pool because he doesn't know where his opponent is, then, well, at least he didn't go above 200 that long. Sheth right now in the advantage because he did throw down his hatch just a little bit after getting one more drone up. ZVZ is a game of drone chicken and also larva management in the early games. It's all about larva management to survive any all-ins. And this is a little bit odd. GoSuuser, why are you scouting? I have no idea what he is doing right now. That one drone was definitely a little bit odd because he did scout Sheth halfway across the map, which means Sheth had to send out his Overlord at the same time GoSuuser did. And why this base, I have no idea. That was just a little bit odd. Losing probably around 80 to 120 minerals doing that, probably closer to the 80. We do have GoSuuser going to be going for a pool then gas, while Sheth ends up going for gas and then pool. And you can see Sheth has just about enough force speed, has a lot banked up, but he is going to be building 2 queens right now. And also going to be getting more drones, it looks like, and another drone. Sheth has an Overlord right here, so if his opponent was sending any lings out to attack him, Sheth knows. So because the Overlord's right here, you can see no lings are on the way, which means Sheth is not in any immediate danger. So Sheth is going to get more drones out. GoSuuser's Overlord is in the same spot, but he decides to get a few lings to be safe, and it looks like he may be doing a lot of early aggression. He knows both players did go for that hatch first, and now he's going to be moving out with about a full inject's worth of lings. And Sheth will be shortly getting those injects down and having to build those lings. He is getting a Baneling's Nest right now, while GoSuuser, he is just dealing with those lings. Behind this, he is getting drones. So he is going to be trying to do his best to kill any drones of Sheth. Sheth does have 2 queens at the ramp, but he's going to let these lings get in. This is relatively big. Now GoSuuser is going to get some excellent scouting on. You can see the gas, how much has been mined, and from this, seeing the speed research while gas is still mining, he knows there's a Baneling's Nest, but he even ends up getting to see the Baneling's Nest. Sheth does not block that, and also killing one drone. Now the ling is going to be good as dead, but now he knows Sheth is getting Banelings, and his Spinecrawler is already up. He is going to be building a Baneling's Nest of his own. If he went for Roaches, they would come out just a little bit too late, and Sheth would have an advantage. If he had Lings back at home, he may be able to go up to Roaches, but he can't go up to Roaches and build Lings at the same time. So he is forced to get the Baneling's Nest because his Lings eventually turn into Banelings, and his speed is a little bit behind Sheth's. And that's never good for your opponent to have Speedlings and Banelings. And now Sheth going to come in, pick off one drone, going to this drone count. It is 27 to 31, and these non-Speedlings actually beating out the Speedlings of Sheth, or doing it for the most part. Only 3 lings are left. Spinecrawler takes out 1, and now Sheth is retreating. Behind this, Sheth was building drones and getting 2 defensive Banelings, so it looks like Sheth is not going to be putting on any aggression. still just at 1 gas, while GhostUser, he is getting his 2nd gas. Did Sheth end up seeing that? No, he didn't even get into the main. And GhostUser going to be going on even more, so it looks like he is going to be going up to Mutas. And this is a little bit risky, just because if Sheth had an Overlord right here, which isn't too out of the ordinary, he could see this gas coming. And seeing the gases at this early almost screams at Muta play. But Sheth keeping all his Overlords around the 1 path, just wants to get as much vision as possible. This 1 link trying to get scouting information for GhostUser, and Sheth tries to stop that, and he does stop it before it gets any information. Very nicely done. Didn't even see the defensive Banelings. And Sheth also getting those 2 extractors, so maybe this isn't Muta play from GhostUser, and I am just thinking it is. Both players do have around 400 gas, so maybe both players will go up into Mutas. 1 link is going to be going into the mineral line now, going to get a scout on. And will he live long enough to see the Spire? No, he ends up going out of the base, does not get a chance to spot the Spire, and is Sheth doing the same thing? No, he is doing a infestation pit, so he is proving me wrong. You can go for that early gas and not go for Mutas, and that Spinecrawler almost takes out both of those Banelings. 1 going to be going in the middle line, gets picked off by the Queen. And now Sheth sees the Spire. And it's always possible that Sheth was thinking about going for a Mutas of his own. Then he saw the gas count of his opponent and was like, okay, it's going to be a Infestor build. And now Sheth's Overlord is going down here. This is a little bit risky for Sheth because the Overlord is going to die because of the Mutas that are about to pop. But it's very important that he counts this gas. You can see when his opponent did take it. So that's why you see this 1 Overlord going down here. Going to get an eye on the gas. We can see around, I'd say 500 has been mined from both players. Both these players very close in the gas, 2250, 2250, 2260. So both players did end up taking those gases around the same time. Going to these gases, 2220, and so both players going on 4 gases at pretty much the same exact time. The difference though, Sheth going for an infestation, and you may wonder why it's important for the Overlord to check this, because this is going to tell Sheth how many Overlords, not Overlords, how many Mutalisks are on the way. This Overlord, of course, is going to go down, but risking that is definitely worth it. Both players going to be taking their 3rd bases. And Sheth maybe making a small mistake, keeping all his Overlords still out in middle of the map. He's going to lose a lot of these Overlords to the Mutas. As they do come out, this 1 Overlord is going to be taken apart. The next one will be taken apart as well. But maybe this is all Sheth's plan. No, it isn't. He is retreating those Overlords now, realizing he made a mistake. I was going to say, it could be trying to delay these Mutas so he can get this fungal growth or patching land research underway. Another Overlord is going down, and you can see GhostUser kind of leading with 1 Muta, trying to find all the Overlords. Or maybe he isn't. I don't know what he's doing with these Mutas. Could be taking out more Overlords. Thought there may have been 1 down there, realizing no, there isn't. Now he's going to be getting these 2 Overlords. This one trying to run away. These 2 not even budging, so all 3 of these Overlords may go down. And this is a huge loss for Sheth, losing all of these Overlords. Sheth, though, 172 max supply. He does not care 1 bit, though he does spend a lot of lava and a lot of money on these Overlords that GhostUser did just kill. You can see the resources lost for Sheth is pretty high. Sheth trying to send a few Lings and Banelings, just queuing them around the map to go along the edge to try to hit a base. Does Sheth know about this 1 base? No, he doesn't. He is going to be seeing that there are Mutas here to defend against these Lings. The Banelings don't want anything to do with those Mutas. They may try to hide out until this 1 hatch does finish. And it looks like, yes, Sheth is making an attempt to hide them because he can just try to run into this middle line and kill any drones. And this killing the drones will kind of even up the game because he did lose all these Overlords. Getting a lot of drones kill kind of evens up the larva. Now Sheth going to be running in, checking the timing of this 3rd base, and now he's going to see that. See the 2 gases also mining, so he knows more Mutas could be on the way. Sheth, though, going straight up to a hive, has a handful of Infestors and getting Queens out, so he can defend easily against these Mutas with this count of Infestors and the Queens. But it looks like GhostUser not really building too many Mutas going into Infestor play, just getting 6 Mutas to kill all of Sheth's vision. Now you can look at GhostUser's vision and go over to Sheth's. Sheth is forced to play defensively, and coL.Goswser does take another base, so he is going to be on 4 bases to Sheth's 3 bases. And he can confirm that by just moving Lings or Mutas around. There's nothing Sheth can do to see the units moving across the map. Lings are going to come running in, wants to go and take out any drones he can. Few drones going to be going down right here. The Queen is going to live, but few drones do go down to those Lings. But really, is that worth it? I don't know. coL.Goswser only killing 4 drones so far. Again, the Muta's not even making an attempt to do any drone harassment. Just forces Spore Callers, which is like getting drone kills. And also kills a lot of Overlords. That is the goal of these Mutas. And goes up into this Infestor attack. Drones are now transferring for coL.Goswser over to this one base. And these Banelings are still just waiting. Is Sheth getting that Baneling speed upgrade? No, he isn't. And getting a few Lings as well, so maybe he's just going to do a huge run by going all the way around the map so he doesn't get spotted by the Watchtower or possibly any Overlords. Now we have another base being taken by coL.Goswser. 2 Lings going to be coming in just to check this out. Going to see the base up here. As coL.Goswser ends up moving across the map, and these Banelings could get picked off because of this. And everything is coming for Sheth. Sees a glimpse of those Lings, but did he see it is the question. That hatch is forced to be canceled, and now these Lings and Banelings just moving a little bit back so it doesn't look like coL.Goswser ended up seeing those hidden Lings and Banelings. So now he is going to be running in, going to lead the way with his Lings so the Spine Callers do not kill the Banelings. And coL.Goswser does see this immediately, is pulling back, but his drones not even making an attempt to move. The Queen does go down. Banelings go to the gas because that is what is important. Sheth is hoping that coL.Goswser doesn't put guys immediately back on this gas. May just not realize it. Sometimes that does happen, but coL.Goswser now going to be attacking Sheth. Sheth going up to Ultralisks, and he is at 2-4 upgrades while coL.Goswser only at 1-0. So Sheth leading the tech and the upgrades. coL.Goswser, though, leading on the macro, I believe. No, Sheth has more drones, so right now he has more income than coL.Goswser, at least until this one base does come up. But Sheth doing another little bit of Ling pressure. And coL.Goswser better be getting those upgrades. Sheth has 3-3 on the way. coL.Goswser doesn't have any, is going to be going up, getting some Hydralisks out. And that is a little bit odd, maybe because the Infestors can just phone go through Roaches and take them out so easily. And Hydras have generally good DPS, but Roaches also have decent... Well, maybe Roaches don't do well against Ultras, but it doesn't really matter. He has enough Infestors where... Oh, this... I know why. The Infestors are going to create Infestitarian wall-offs, and the Roaches may be a little bit out of range, so the Hydras just ensure he is in range. These Mutas are going to be phone growth and taken out by the Infestitarians. And those Infestitarians are at 0-2 upgrades, and the one Muta does live, forcing another Fungal to be used. Changeling's coming out for coL.Goswser. Actually, a coL.Goswser Changeling is chasing a Sheth Changeling. That looked like maybe. Is that the case? I don't know. A lot of Lings are coming up for Sheth, just relentless on attacking this 5th base, saying, you are not going to get the economic advantage, sir. I have more drones. Oh. Baneling hit. 15 drones have gone down. So it looks like while he was doing that, maybe he ran Banelings into that 4th base. My bad, guys. And here we go. The big battle going down. Sheth is in the supply lead. There are a lot of Infestors, though. 19 Infestors to 9 Infestors. coL.Goswser taking a page out of Destiny's book and going to be lining those guys up. Those Ultralisks cannot do any real DPS. They can only attack Infestitarians. Sheth is going to be cutting those back. Another thing he can do is fungal growth the Infestitarians, but he doesn't have that many Infestors. And if he does that, then the Roaches and Hydras would just have a field day. More Infestitarians are going to be thrown down. Bone growth is going off over here. These Ultras not having a good day. Infestors kind of hurt counter Ultralisks. Even though fungal growth doesn't really work against them, Infestitarians are even better. It's like fungal growthing and then doing massive amounts of damage. And we do have coL.Goswser falling back. But he is definitely behind in this income. 59 drones to 80 drones. Sheth going to be putting on a little bit of pressure. His infestors don't have that much energy. Ghost User, how many infestors does he have? 14 to the 8 of Sheth. Sheth lost 1. Ghost User looks like he lost 5. Has 6 more on the way, so he's just going to be going mass infestor. Really taking a page out of Destiny's book. Destiny coming in with a few ultras. Plenty of spine claws. They do deter them. And here we go. Another engagement is going to be going down. But more infested hands just go down. Sheth disengages. Just wasting that infestor energy. But Ghost User has so many infestors. How much energy can you actually waste? Sheth wanting him to put on a little bit more aggression. Ghost User, though, does max out. Going quickly to these bases. Good saturation, good saturation, good saturation, I guess. Decent, decent. Battle coming down, so Ultralists are going to be coming in. And those infestors are going to lay down those infested Terran walls, so those Ultras can't do any damage, and Sheth is forced to just fall back. Knows he doesn't have to fight these. They will end up committing suicide. And Sheth, good saturation on all his bases. Going to be transferring drones on over here, getting these gases up. And even though Ghost User has taken his 5th base like 3 times before Sheth has taken his, it has been going down, and Ghost User has been behind on this drone count. As you can see, Sheth just storming over his income. Ghost User is maxed out, Sheth is maxed out, but Sheth is got a lot more banked up. Same gas, but a lot more minerals. And with these 6 and 8 gas, so no, this is going to be 9 and 10 gas going up. He's going to have so much more gas. He is going to be switching over into Broodlord tech. And since he has the army that can disengage, if Ghost User wants to do anything, he is going to be trying to move out with a 5 infestor hit squad. And there are Overseers here, so they do get Bone Growth and taken out. But Sheth, he's not in danger of any attack, because if a battle does come, Ghost User has to throw down those infested Terrans, and then Sheth, as you can see, just disengages. And here we go. Ghost User is going to be laying down infested Terran walls against these Ultras. More going in. Will he get them behind the Ultras? That is what he has to do. Has to completely trap those Ultras in so they cannot disengage. More infested Terrans are going to be built. You can see he is definitely using that mouse scroll wheel to use those infested Terrans, so how he casts them so quickly. None behind the Ultralisks, so they can just disengage. And that is so important for Sheth. This base is up, but how long is it up for? As the Ultras do come in. Infested Terrans are going to be going down on this base, so both of these players are going to be losing their 5th bases. And Ghost User is going to try to keep all this trapped, and oh my god, he could have got huge fungal growths off. If he had those infestors fungal growth, that would be absolutely huge, but didn't look like any of his infestors that had energy to fungal growth were in the front. And Sheth losing all of his infestors right now. Not good at all. 123 supply to 200. Now Ghost User can go on for the offensive, but he is still going to be just killing off these Overseers nonchalantly when he has to go and do damage now, because now he is allowing Sheth to macro up. He has just killed all the Yomi, but still he is just sitting back. He does have 3 infestors going to be moving on over, looking for any hatches, but again, needs to move out. Killing off all the changelings, or trying his best to. But again, can't stress enough how much Ghost User has to move out, because Sheth, he's just happy macroing up all this time. He's still in that 200 supply. Ghost User is going to let Sheth get to 200 supply and then fight him. And that is not how you do it when your opponent has more macro than you throughout most of the game. So Ghost User definitely showing that he is scared of Sheth. Still not moving out. And I can't say how big a mistake this is, because now Sheth is going to get those Broodlords out. And that Ultralisk count very high still. Infested Terrans are going to be taking out this one base. Will Sheth get the cancel off on it? Doesn't look like it. And Ghost User does have more banked up, so maybe I was wrong about that macro lead. Ghost User hasn't really had to build much of an army, so he has a lot banked up. Sheth, though, has a scary army of Infestor, Ultralisk, and Broodlords. This is going to be extremely hard to take out, but thankfully Infestors take out all 3 of those. It's all going to come down to the control of this battle. Sheth does manage to take out this base with his Ling Run By. And Ultras are sitting here. The base actually doesn't go down. Sheth manages to save it. And now, if there was any time, coL.Goswser would have to be moving out. Sheth's going to be burrowing Lings, just trying to delay this base as long as possible. But again, coL.Goswser playing the passive game, letting his Infestors get to max energy. I guess that's his logic. Wants his Infestors at max energy. But Sheth now going to be at 200-200 at tier 3. While coL.Goswser is going to be at this tier 2. And all Sheth really has to do is worry about the anti-air. And not letting those Broodlords get close. And another Infestors do go down. This base remains living. coL.Goswser going to be double expanding because look at all the money he has banked up. He has 3k, 2k banked up. And still just scared to attack. Going into the larva. Ooh. That's not something you want to do when you have this much money banked up. Not really stacking any larva. Could have a lot more. I think you had more than this at a hatch. Doesn't look like a circle jerk of larva. And here we go, the battle going down. Sheth doesn't have that many Infestors, only 5 to the 25. But again, he has the power to disengage. And also has the power to fungal growth these Infestors, because this is the majority of the anti-air. Ultralists are going to get surrounded, and will just Mass Infestor be enough to win this game? Infestors are going to be doing a number on these Ultras. They can I see the upgrades on this? 2-2 still, doesn't have 3-3. Going to be coming in, taking out this Greater Spire. And now you can see Sheth fungal growthing these Infestors, and now coL.Goswser wasting a lot more energy than it takes for Sheth to kill off these Infestors. But his Infestors are going to be out of energy really soon. But coL.Goswser, he's going to be out of energy relatively soon. He has to back off these Broodlords. If these Broodlords don't fall back, they will go down. And there we go, Sheth just backing on off. Sheth taking more bases. Infestors are right here. And Broodlords just did not go down. coL.Goswser doesn't have that much anti-air. Massing up Hydras at this point, but Sheth has the superior army. coL.Goswser is getting 14 more Infestors, but they won't spawn with enough energy to be able to take out all of these Broodlords that will be coming across. Lings are also going to come out, stop the Hydras. Every Hydra is going to be falling. coL.Goswser is going to be coming out with a few Infestors. His only hope is to get Infestors underneath the Broodlords and fungal growths. That is his only hope, and even then, I don't know if he can do it. So he is just going to go in and maybe try to base trade. He has burrowed Infestors around, so he can take out a lot of hatches at the same time. He can probably take out all 3 of these hatches. Only takes 1 Infestor right here that the Overseer is coming to find. Not that much health remaining on this hatch. So he's got to move soon. coL.Goswser has to move soon, and Sheth moving out, and those hatches aren't there. I don't know why there's larva there. Maybe Lings took it out and coL.Goswser cleaned up the Lings. Well, I was talking about these Infestors moving out. And there we go. 1 set. And these are going to get caught. And that is disastrous. This 1 Infestor, I think coL.Goswser forgot about it, as this hatch could fall. But all the Broodlords now going to siege up on this hatch. And this could be game. There's Infestors, still plenty left though. There are a lot more Infestors than I thought. They're burning to get away. Few do get fungal growth. 3 go down to those fungals. Now they're going to have to throw off those Infestors. This base does go down to those Broodlords. And now Sheth's going to disengage, saying, waste your energy. I don't care. And coL.Goswser, okay, here we go. He remembers now he's got this Infestor, and now this hatch is going to be falling. Both these players will not be mining. Well, they will be mining off of this base, but that is it. Micro these Infestors. It all comes down to taking this base out. Will it go down? It will go down. And going to the infestor count, he does have 15. If he can hold on long enough, he can kill off these broodlords. And he's just going to throw a ton of infestations underneath him. Not going to wait at all. And those ultras are going to come, and they all die. And that's it. There's the GG. Well played. And let's go back to the one moment that I really started to kind of lose interest. I guess this is when he is attacking. Doing in here. Do we have good spots? No, we don't, so it's after this. Guess right here. It's a little after here. It's around this area. Let's see if we can see why GhostUser doesn't want to move out. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe all his infestors are out of energy. That's probably it. Maybe his infestor's just too low for him to want to move out. Let's see, have one on the way. This does get taken out. Okay, let's immediately go to the unit count. Sheth not immediately rebuilding. Has plenty of lava, he will. Infestors, I'd say they have enough energy. I mean, a lot of these have 80. That's a lot of energy for infestors. Has a lot of roaches, has a lot of lings. Well, those are changelings, not lings. Sheth's changelings make me think GhostUser has an army. But if he takes out this base, that's maybe GG. Additionally, he could take out the Greater Spire and kill off a lot of the broodlords before they come out. There's a lot that GhostUser could be doing right now, which he just doesn't end up doing. Sheth 25-30 is when that battle ended. See when Sheth maxes out. Going up to Corruptors. So that whole wave that Sheth just bought, not going to help him one bit in this fight. And he knows that GhostUser isn't moving out because of those lings. The changelings out right here. Say you're staying at home. You're not moving out. I can get Corruptors out, which means I can get Broodlords out, which means my army's a lot scarier because once I kill off all your anti-air, then I can defend you no matter what. So that's probably that's logic right there about getting those Corruptors. Seeing that GhostUser doesn't want to move out. Still not moving out. Sheth's still not maxed out. And Infestations go off here. That does get defended. Still just staying out. This is what, like 5 minutes? And Sheth still isn't maxed out? He doesn't have a huge bank to really max out. He's just mining gas now. He's gas starved. And finally, we do have GhostUser moving out like 5 minutes after he should have, in my opinion. When his infestors have full energy. So given he waits till those infestors have full energy, but he also waits until there are 10 broodlords. So, given if he did move out, these broodlords wouldn't be here. It would be a completely different army. But maybe GhostUser was in the right. He is a higher level player than me, but I think if he had watched the game and saw how far behind Sheth was in terms of army, he may have decided, let's not move out. But then again, if Sheth saw him moving out, well, he couldn't mass lings. There are a lot of roaches here, so really don't know. But we will go in SC2 gears, mainly just look at the lava inject. And that's not this game. So let's see, GhostUser. $7.3 for Sheth, 10.2 for GhostUser. So we'll go into the early game. 6 minutes. Okay, let's go right here. And make sure I showed you SE2 gears. Didn't double check that. My exploit's not coming up, so I can't see my preview. Okay, yeah, you do see that. Let's go back over to the game and look at the hotkeys. How does Sheth do it? Hatches on 1 and 2, queens on 3. And he's also got all his hatches on 4. GhostUser hatches on hotkeys. And he does it a good way. He can check his inject buh. Easily check that by just doing 4 and 5. And 4-4 click queen inject. So both these players have good inject method. GhostUser just a little bit behind that game. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I know it may not be as good as you are used to, but still pretty darn good. So take care, guys, and I will see you next time.